Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is April the 7th, 2023, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. So right now we're getting ready to start our FPP project that we've been putting on the back burner. I've been tied up, so the girls and everybody else was gracious enough to say, let's go ahead and push it back a little bit. But this is what we'll be working on tonight. I have two special guests with me that'll be with me through the duration of this project. And I have Teresa Louise of Teresa Louise I Quilt-As-You-Go, and thank you for joining me tonight. Then I've got Sewing Sensations by Shady Susan. It was her TV. So with all of that being said, we're back with you tonight. We're back on track. Joe and I and Susan and Teresa with Louise would like to wish everybody a happy Good Friday. It's been amazing today. We're also Tuesday. I put a little post out that it was our 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Tonight we will be doing a giveaway, but I'm not going to tell you when. It's going to be a little bit later on, and I'm not even going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a surprise. So with all of that, I'm going to recap the elephant closeout real quick. Mine is behind me. It's quilted and finished up. If you want to see the quilting of it, I have that posted over in my Handmade by Ying share page, and you'll be able to see that as well. Tucker Nace already has his posted and the quilting over on his YouTube channel, so you'll be able to see that as well. So let me see. The Vortex is going to be rolling out. The pre-orders is open. And let me see, what else do I need to tell you guys? I'll be dropping information on the Vortex as that comes along, but the goal is it'll be rolling out before June 1st. So I'm going to slip into the chat real quick and tell everybody hello that is here. And then I'll hand the controls back over to Joe and get the party started. So let me see. I do have the pattern listed in the description box as well as it's in the top of the chat tonight. So Becca just sent her viewers over to us, and thank you for that, Becca. Melody, hello. Dahlia, hello. Hop to it, Lois, hello. Mona, hello. Carissa, hello. I'm skimming the chat real quick. Judy Hubert, hello. Lori Main, hello, everybody. It's the Tiger's going to be a fun one to make. Absolutely. Judy, let me see. Mona did what? Hi, Donna, Teresa, and Susan. Lena, hi, Donna. Wait a minute, Donna, I'm waiting on my pattern. Do you have a tracking number? That was mailed out. You should have already had that. I'll have to look after the live. I'm not going to stop the live to look, but that was mailed last week. So you should have already had it. Lori, hello. Dorlin Dale, hello from Colorado Springs. Mary, hello. My chat is really jumping. Linda Denton, hello. Happy Easter to everyone. Lori Clark, hello. Let me see. J.K. Lincolnland. Hello, everybody. Anne-Marie Mikowski. Hello, Miss Donna. Hello, sweetheart. June Billings, hello. Joy, hello. So Becca, not doing the Tiger, but going to work on some improv piecing. Wow, listen, absolute girl. And thanks for sending your subs over tonight. I greatly appreciate it. If you're here for the first time, thank you for giving my channel a look-see and see what we're up to. We do a lot of FPP here, and it's always fun. You never know what we're going to get into. Lurk Lady Creative Moods, hello all. Nelly, hello. Teresa Lynch, hello. Can't stay long, getting ready for work. Hello, Brandy. Let me see. The chat's just going a little bit faster than I can keep up. But hello, everybody, and welcome. And I appreciate y'all coming tonight. If anyone has any questions as we segue in tonight, just feel free to ask away. One of my moderators or my husband will see it, and we'll get it all answered for you as we move along. Hello, Heather. So let me see. There's a lot of information for you guys tonight. For those that did come in late, it's our 1-year anniversary to YouTube. We will be doing a giveaway later on this evening. So stay tuned and just enjoy us for a bit. If you like the content that we share, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for a while. We've always got something going on. Teresa Louise also has a channel. If you haven't subscribed to her or Susan yet, please check out their channels as well. It's always fun to have friends to sew with on a Friday night. And I'm thankful and blessed these ladies come on board with all of my FPP projects. I was going to say something else, but I had to control it. So Susan's got her elephant finished. I'm not sure if she's got it quilted up, but as soon as she does, she'll let us have a look-see at that.
But not quilted.
It's not quilted yet, but you can see what she's done. Everybody that's doing the tiger, as you get your pattern, I implore upon you on the back of it, tape your pieces, a little snippet of your fabric as your guide. So as you're going along, you'll always remember what you're using.
My elephant.
That's the chunk of the elephant. She used a lot of wordage, cobblestones for the background, and it looks really pretty. I'm a new subscriber, and thanks to Becca. Elaine, welcome, sweetheart. If I've missed anybody else that's new, welcome.
Pretty, Susan.
It's very, very pretty. I broke the pattern up in the way that we're going to be doing it. We're going to do it over the course of several weeks. But it's going to be fun. So we're breaking this week. The goal is to work on section 1, and that's going to be 1 through 21 of your pieces. And it's going to be the whole top corner. So when you're doing FPP, you're going to be making one and it's going to be looking one way. But when you're putting it down and you're sewing it all together, it's going to be the mirrored image of what you're actually seeing. So don't get confused. We'll walk you through every step of the way. We won't get all 21 pieces done tonight on this, but what we will get done is a lot of chatting, a lot of talking, and some sewing. And throughout the week, anybody that's doing it along with us, just continue to work on that section. And then the following week, we'll see where everybody is, and then we'll move forward into the next one. I haven't done FPP yet, but so want to learn from you. So Yarn Arm, you are welcome to learn. It's a process for everybody. Teresa Louise hasn't done it for a while, and she's stepping out of her comfort zone and back into the saddle with us. So it's just going to be fun. So let me see.
Let's see, Donna, also you, was it last week? You asked them to go ahead and get the eyes done?
Yes. So if Susan, did you get your eyes done yet?
They're working on them.
She's working on her eyes. I'll let Teresa Louise show her eyes and then I'll show you mine.
No,
I
don't.
like to pull the hardest parts out so that we can work together and kind of get them done. And looking at the pattern, it kind of looked like the eyes was going to be one of the harder parts. So I went ahead and did mine. And I can't do them as sexy as Teresa Louise did. You ready? Let's do it. We've got them done. So these will sit aside. And if you're doing the pattern with us, it's pattern pieces 66 and 83 for the eyes. I'm guessing, Nancy, Donna, your mic is popping and cracking. Is anybody else hearing that?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I thought it was my computer, actually.
Okay. Yes, the mic is in and out.
This is a little cracking here and there. It's not too bad.
Okay. It's probably touching my clothes or something, and I'm sorry for that, guys. Teresa Louise, very cute, though. Let's see. Yes, yes. Okay. If I don't move, it won't crack.
Got to be silly now and then.
So I've worked my first piece of this, and this is piece one. And I'm going to give you a few tips, and I hope you listen to me as you're doing it. This one has, what did we say, Teresa Louise? There's 10 different parts to this one for just piece one. You're going to have a lot of bulk down here in this little part right here. So with that bulk, I'm going to tell you, trim out at the bottom as you're going along, trim out right here. It's quite a bit, and it's more than what I'm used to seeing. So we may see that further on in the pattern. It's easy to just, as Teresa Louise says, beat it out, beat it crazy. Just
Grab the hammer.
I was already subscribed to you, Donna and Teresa Louise. Thank you, Ozark lady. So there's a couple ways that you can beat it out. You can beat on into submission. And Volacraft has her handy dandy ruler. You can use this or whatever tools you choose to. After I pressed it off, I did go up into my seams a lot, and I did trim out. And that seems to have helped quite a bit here with them. So they're all pressed out and ready to go. This one will sit aside, and I'm going to move on to the second section. So what I like to do when I do mine is I've pre-cut these just for demonstration purposes tonight. I like to pre-fold mine. You do yours however you would like along the way. The guy who sews is here, and he says he's sorry he's late, and that's okay. Welcome, Sean. So just when you're doing FPP, find the flattest item that you can. This is just cardstock basically, and I marked FPP on it. So if it's laying on my table, I'll be able to find it really easy. I was using clear plastic, and that was fine, but my pooch liked them better than I did because they'd land on the floor and I couldn't find them. So I went through and I've already pre-folded all of mine. Donna, you're telling us we may need a mallet for this. You very well may, is all I got. So beat it into submission is all I have. And I got a little bit spoiled because with working my legit kit, their paper is different paper than what I'm using tonight. And I can definitely tell the difference in the way my machine's sewing and in the way the paper's laying with the fabric. So if you have not printed yours yet, I would highly recommend that you do not use printer paper, that you use newsprint, if at all possible. These are quite long on some of the parts, so it's going to be almost impossible because you're going to have to go somewhere and have them done. But you can definitely tell the difference after you have used something else other than the newsprint. That might be dangerous in my house. I'm sure it will be. So I have already pre-cut all of my parts for this block so I can streamline it and show you. I've laid my first piece down, which is 2A, and my color for that has already been marked, and it's willow. 2B is seafoam. So I've got those joined together, and I like to pin mine because I don't like them. Like, as you can see, it's shifting around. So if you're a pre-pinner like I am, you put your fingers there. Even though it's pinned, it's still shifted just a little bit. You can hold it up to the light, or you can use a light box, whatever works best for you. And anytime that I'm doing my FPP, I like to drop my foot pedal, and then I just hold my fabric back just a little bit, and that gives me that little bit of a back tack in there. And it just helps secure that first piece in. And then stay on your line. And the line I'm telling you to stay on is the one that you've just folded. Make sure that everything's lined up underneath here and just sew it straight into place. I'm coming to the end. And in some patterns, you would sew through where you're going to trim off. So you just need to think ahead and look ahead where you're going to be trimming off. This here, I'm going to finger press it and then apply the heat. And just press it down. You're not going to do any trimming on this part right now until we square the block down. So you're going to flip it over here. I'm leaving this pin in down here because I have to fold this back. So I'm going to section from 2A, I'm going to 2C now. So I'm going to fold it back and trim it out. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but this is the easiest way that I found. So my seafoam is already pre-cut. So I'm going to just take it, flip it over, and I'm going to lay it right in place where I want it. I can pin here or I can hold it. This is a small enough piece. I'm just going to hold it. And I'm sliding it right under. Watch where your needle's going to drop because it's really important to get these sharp edges in. And I like to trim my strings off now versus in the end when I'm finished everything. So flip it back over and I'm just going to finger press it down. Then bring it over and give it the heat love. So where the foam, where it's C foam on 2C, I'm folding it in on 2D. And it makes it a little bit easier with this paper since it's pre-folded. And I would highly recommend changing your needle before you start a new project, as well as your rotary blade. And I keep a little scrap bin right next to me. So the next color I have is Ferndale that I'll be joining in. So like I said, I've already got it pre-cut. So I'm going to flip my paper over and I'm going to lay this down here and it's going to go all the way to the end. Slide it under and you're going to go right to where you're going to drop the needle and you're going to hold it a second just so it'll tack in. You don't want to go very far because you want to make sure that when you shifted your fabric, it did not shift underneath. Where I have it pinned here now on 2A, I'm pulling the pin out. And then trim these little pieces off here as well. You're starting and you're ending. Flip it over and then you're just going to finger press it and then give it some heat so it'll lay nice and flat for you. Hello, Shelley, and welcome, sweetheart. Watching this almost makes me want to break out my J&D kits, but I'm too tired. I'll be doing my Judy Niemeyer. I have 2 kits and I'm jonesing to get those started, but I'm not going to start mine until September. So you just flip it over, fold in because you've already got it pre-folded. And just come straight down along the seam. And you're just going to go ahead and cut this off. This is quite a hunk, so I'm going to lay it right here in my stockpile. The littler pieces I do set aside. So this, my next color, I'm going from 2D to 2E. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to get my sea foam and I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to slide my nails under and pick it up and bring it right under the needle. Give it that little bit of pressure to hold it still and then continue straight down. Do your best to keep your line straight. It's going to make the difference. Now here you're going to have a little bit of bulk, but you want to make sure that you're catching that at the 2E section. So give it a little bit of pressure to hold on to it. Hello, Donna and all watching while I continue working on my legit kit. Awesome. I can't wait to see that one when it comes together, Ian. And thanks, baby, for joining us tonight. That's the truth, Sean. Let me see. So many projects, so little time. I wish that our bodies didn't need rest. I'd be sewing every day, all day. So this is what it looks like before we trim it down.
Yeah, somebody was asking if Teresa Louise is doing all of hers in batiks.
Pretty much.
The answer is
Pretty
Pretty-
much.
So just apply a little bit of pressure to your ruler. Move your fingers out of the way and just come straight down. All of this scrap, you need a little scrap bin when you're FPPing. I have a little bag next to me. And I just drop all the scraps in. If it's a larger section, because I always cut bigger with all of my projects, that makes the difference. That's a bigger piece, so I'll keep that out because I'm sure I'll need it for one of these other little ones. And then watch your lines. Just line it up and trim it out. What you're doing now is making sure you have your 1/4 of an inch all the way around your pattern. Make sure that you're trimming all your strings off, because in the end, you don't want to be pulling all those strings or cutting them. I'm going to come over on this side, and I've got the top, and this piece will be done.
What
Well,
number are you on? Oh, you're not doing the first one, are you?
I've already done the first one, and I'm on to the second. Where are you at, baby?
I'm on the first one, but did you, on your first piece, okay, you got your A1 or 1A
Yep,
piece of fabric, and then you sew on 1B,
yep.
and then on
You-
1C,
Right here.
did you just fold, go ahead, instead of folding on the line on 1C, the short line, did you just go ahead and fold on the long line first?
You're going to lay A1 totally down over the whole piece.
Right.
Then you're going to lay down your B1, and that's going to be facing this way. Let me fold it back in.
Right. I got that.
Okay, you've already got this part in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're over to the C1, 1C.
Right.
Okay, that piece here is going to fold just like this one did.
So you just folded your paper, just the short line of
Yes, I folded D1, 1D, I should say, and then I did the fold for the 1C. That
Yep.
way it made it easier to bend.
Okay, that's exactly what I asked. Yep. That works. That's what I kind of thought, because that's real close right there. And
Right.
okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So you're welcome, sweetheart. So now we've got 2 pieces done so far, and we'll start the 3rd piece. So let me get into my little stack of parts. And as you can see, there's quite a difference when you're doing the legit kit versus the Violet Craft. And I'll be doing a video within the next week or so that's going to tell you the differences price-wise. It's going to be a price comparison versus the actual put together. Now that I've got one under my belt and I've got several of these, it'll be easy to tell you about the differences. And that's a video you're not going to want to miss. And it's not bashing or trashing either one. They're both great kits. It's just the difference is that as someone that sews them all can tell you right up front, with the Violet Craft, you have to print your patterns or you can put it over to freezer paper. There's no way to do it on the newsprint because they just don't make it in these large sections that my staples would print on. So after sewing on the newsprint, and now I'm over to basically printer paper, there's quite a difference in the way everything folds. You have to really work with it and make sure all of your lines are lined up. Because if you get them messed up now, it's going to be messed up all throughout your whole pattern. So just double check everything that you're doing all along the way. We know paper is a big difference. Absolutely. I will sew on the easiest paper possible any day of the week. And the paper makes the biggest difference. You wouldn't think so, but it really does. And I like to make sure that my seams are down. And I'm going to double check this one since I folded across it so many times. And Violet's patterns is in alphabetical order. So I know I'm working on section 3. So as I'm talking my way through it with you, you're going to hear me say A, B, C, D, and it's going to work its way backwards. There's sea foam on this, Ferndale and Fern. So I'll pull those colors. I have some scraps here. So I'll see if these colors will work. This color here is Ferndale. So I'll see if I've got a big enough piece for that. And I'll get it pinned in if I do. And this one does work. And your first piece, anytime you're doing FPP, you need to make sure that you've got it lined up exactly where you want it. And I highly recommend pinning. If your fabric has a front and a back, make sure that your first piece is facing out. If it's like a mode of fabric or a solid, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, if you guys are looking for instruction from me, don't watch what I'm doing.
You are doing fabulous. Donna, you know, you can buy newsprint paper. Yeah, I can buy it, but my Staples won't let me bring in paper and I don't have a printer that'll print it. If that's the standard print size. But these papers, I kid you not, are, let me see. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 inches long. So it won't work, Heather. Yeah, it won't work, I don't think. But that's a good idea. So now the next piece is going to be my sea foam, and this is my sea foam. And I always keep on my fabric a little tag that just tells me what color it is as I'm working through. So I'll just fold this one back and take a good cut off of it. And then I'll set this one aside. And I know I don't need that big a piece. I only need a little section here. But I wanted that whole piece cut off because I'll be using it throughout. And then you fold back and trim out. So the next piece here is just this little piece. So what I will do is lay this over and I will cut myself a little piece off. And like I said, it's a sloppy cut and it's okay. I don't mind wasting fabric because I have a nice scrap bin and I always utilize my scraps into other projects. So make sure that I've got it all lined up and then we sew this piece in. Maybe find a smaller print shop, might cost a bit more, but it supports small businesses. We don't have one. We used to, our small shops here have closed down. We don't even have a place here that prints a newspaper, but once a week or twice a week, I believe now, and it's shipped in from Johnstown.
Legal size paper is 11 or 14 inches
Mhm.
long. This is longer than legal size.
Yeah. Absolute.
It's more like a newspaper.
Yeah, kinda. Just without the newsprints.
Right.
Then my C section, I'm going to fold it back over on itself, press it as flat as I can, and trim all this out. Watch your fingers as you're doing it. And set your scraps aside. And I'm going to be adding another piece of the seafoam here. And my seafoam is really light, so I can almost see through it, the fabric. So I'll flip this over. Lay it down. Give it a little bit of a pinch. Make sure it's got everything covered that I need, and it did not. So I'm moving it down. Move my ruler over out of the way and just slide it under your needle. Move all this over here out of the way. And now I'm going to just press this in. And as you can see, when you're FPPing, it makes everything come in really nice and really sharp. And just give it enough heat that it's going to come into submission and lay really flat for you. Trim your strings off along the way. Now this pin I can go ahead and pull out. I may end up needing it down the road, but that one will be in my way when I move forward. When we get this piece in, we'll go ahead and do the giveaway. Well, we'll get it started, not do it, but we'll get it started. So the next color I have is Fern. So I have to find that color. And that's my darker green. And it's a pretty good size. So pull it over here, lay it down and see how long a piece I need.
You working on one or two?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm on number 3.
Oh.
Where are you at?
Quilting is not a race.
No, ma'am.
I was working on the eye, but now I'm going to go to 1.
It's a process, babe. Slow and steady. If anybody ever says you can FPP in a race, I don't want to be in that one. So I've got my piece cut. I'll flip it over. The one thing I don't like is all the strings. Don't like them.
Susan is working on the tiger also. S. Taylor.
Absolute.
That's what all three of us are working on. Well,
Every Friday night.
I'm using Jack the Ripper. But
I love that fabric.
oh, thank you. I thought it would bring some other, some color into the project.
Absolute. And that's really pretty, honey. So here I'm pulling out the pin that I have in 3A because it'll be tacked down now and I'm not going to worry about it shifting. I'm going to double check myself here to make sure that everything is lined up right where I need it to be. And trim this out.
This piece is my fern.
That is going to be pretty. Donna, I wonder if you know the meaning of the word slow as much running as you do. I wish I had a fraction of your energy. I love you, girl. I figure, life's a journey and I want to live every second to the fullest. Jack and I are good partners today too, Teresa Louise. Sean said he's had a date with Jack as well.
Thank you for trying to make me feel better about it.
So we're going to the E section and you're just going to fold it down. And it's really important, not that your alphabet's hard, but you just follow everything the way the directions say and everything will come in quite handy for you. Handy dandy. So I'm back to seafoam again. That's why I cut such a large section. And I'll just lay it here. I'm not even going to worry about trimming it off here. Lay it down because I know it's going to cover. Slide it down just a smidge. And you can see through the paper, which is very, very helpful. Move all of my tools out of the way. And it looks quite shabby up here, doesn't it? But that'll be all trimmed out here momentarily. Never had sewing night without Jack. Absolute. If I didn't, I wouldn't nap so dang much. Heather, you keep me on my toes, girl. So my seafoam is in. I'm going to trim off my strings. And if you forget, as you take your hand across, you're going to feel them. So you want to make sure you get those out. And just finger press it in. I'm starting to get a little bit of bulk down here on this end. So that's something that everybody doing it'll need to watch for. And we'll probably end up beating that into submission. And the next color I'm going to be doing is Ferndale. That's this real pretty one. So I have a couple little scraps over here. So we'll see if they fit into the stack. And I believe it should. So I'll flip it over, line it up. And that's why it's important to keep all of your scraps, the larger ones, you don't want to just throw in your scrap bin because they may just come in quite handy. sure I've got everything lined up. And it's easier to fix now than later. Trim out. And fold this back. Look how crisp all that comes together. Just use your fingers first and give it a gentle nudge. And slow and steady when you're pressing it in. I just subscribed to Shady Susan's channel. Love those kitties. Sandy just subscribed to you, Susan. I bet she pulls out the mallet. Yep.
Thank you. I so appreciate it.
So now we're on the seafoam again. So you're just going to press it down and slide it over, and same process, trim it out. That's too big for my scrap bin, so I'll set it aside. And I've got this little sliver here that I had setting aside for this little piece. So we'll just slide it in. Hold it with your fingers and make sure you've got enough to cover. Slide it up just a smidge. You don't want to come up short because we're going to be trimming that end out.
Okay.
How's it coming, Teresa Louise?
Well, this first piece is a bear.
Do what?
I said this first piece is a bear
Oh,
for
once you get
me.
the groove of it, it'll be okay, I promise. I had to use Jack today to rip out a big seam. Didn't want to sew, so I walked off and took a nap. That makes sense. If you enjoy the content, give a thumbs up, ring the bell. Thank you, Day. So now we're down at this end, and this is going to be seafoam on section H. So you're just going to finger press it down, and you have a lot of bulk here as well. So make sure your surface is good and flat. Nudge your add a quarter ruler up to your fold line and trim it off. This would go to scrap bin. So now we're going to flip it over. As you can see, that's pretty straight line there. So I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to cover everything that needs covered. And I am. And we're going to flip it over and sew this puppy in. And then just fold this up, and it should cover all of your paper here. Hi, quilters, late dinner finished. It is 7:45 p.m. there. Jack was best friend today too. Jack seems to be dating a lot of us. I'm about to do bonding on my third time ever. One less UFO. Absolutely, Lori. Knock them out. So now I'm going to just fussy cut this and just cut it off because I know I'll end up using that big hunk. So now I'm just going to lay it as flat as possible. Check for any strings, and I've got them all trimmed out, and start trimming it in at the 1/4 inch. And then as soon as I get this done, I'll talk to you for just a second and then we'll open up the giveaway. It'll run for about 15 minutes to give everybody that wants to enter a chance to join in. It's open up to everybody. And that's I'm not going to tell you what you're going to get. It's going to be a surprise for you on your ends. But I think you'll be well pleased.
That's the best kind of giveaway.
Yep. I've learned a lot from the last one. And then just take all your scraps and put them in your little scrap bin. I'm down to the end, and it's really important that you trim these in the direction that they're telling you to. And it'll make a big difference when we're putting this pattern together. I missed one string there. So we'll flat iron this down. Give it a little bit of heat loving, and I'll show it to you. Then we'll open up the giveaway. And this is section 3 now. Okay. And I think the points, everything looks so sharp on it. I'm really liking this. I like the vibrant colors. So the way this is going to work is Joe's going to set it up. It's already set up, I'm sorry. And all you're going to have to do is, I'm waiting on him to tell me, and then I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, we're ready. You're going to put exclamation mark no. The raffle is now open. So if you would like to enter, please do. Okay, we wanted to make sure it was given tickets.
Okay.
So where are we at, Teresa Louise?
Can I say a couple of things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As a newbie doing foundation paper piecing, I will tell you a couple of things that I have learned. Do not skimp on the pieces of fabric that you're, don't try to fit in exact. Go over the amount that you need for that piece and then add a little bit more because
For sure.
you'll save a lot of frustration. And other thing I learned is make sure that these are really hanging over,
Mhm.
okay. But by quite a ways, I mean, not,
You want them over that 1/4 of an inch mark.
yeah, well, and as you're doing it, just to make sure they're getting laid flat, to add a little more even over that 1/4 of an inch mark. Because that's one reason why I keep having to use jack is because I'm getting them too short. I'm trying to line it up too much,
Right.
with the size that I think that I need.
Right. I always cut bigger.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see anytime if anybody could see my table, I've got I call it my scrap stack. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And these here, somewhere they may end up fitting in. I don't know. But at the end of the night, I'll put these into a Ziploc bag and save them for the next time I sew on this. And I'll just pull them out and lay them right in a pile here. And as I work my pattern, then I'll be able to work those parts and see if any of those are usable. If they're not by the end of the pattern, then they'll go into being either cut down or trashed. Are you using the recommended fabric or did you go different? Mine is the recommended colors.
I have
Trace,
to go get a Band-Aid. I'm bleeding over here.
we cannot have blood. Are you all right?
I'll be right back. I
All
gotta
right.
go get a Band-Aid.
Are you, let me see, silly question, but who is and what is Jack? Okay. Teresa Louise, would you like to introduce Jack?
Sure. Here is Jack.
Everybody has to have one.
This
We
is a
have-
pretty good one. Make sure you have one really sharp, because when you're doing foundation paper piecing, you want to reduce your stitch length down to like 1.5. So your stitches are going to be really tight and tiny.
Absolute. Phyllis, if you finished your elephant quilt, if you could post it or email me a picture at Donna@handmadebyying.com, I'd greatly appreciate it. I want to do a wrap-up video of each of the animals as we work them along. I think that would be cool, and add your name to it to show who did what patterns. I just think it would be fun.
Whoops.
Another
Oh,
good-
Sharon, I'm sorry. I accidentally deleted her message.
Who was it?
It was Sharon Wright. I'm sorry, sweetie. It was an accident.
Let me see if I can get it here.
Oh, and
I
I
might be able
timed
to.
her out for 300 seconds.
It's okay.
Sorry.
My mouse moved and I lost her altogether.
Oh, Sharon Wright. Oh, she was trying to enter the giveaway. I don't know what happened. My finger slipped. So I'm sorry, Sharon. Please
Yeah,
forgive
Sharon,
me.
please enter the giveaway again.
Well, I timed her out. Did you fix it?
Joe can't get it to fix on our end, but it will not close until she has a ticket. Sharon,
Okay.
we're sorry, sweetheart. I'm watching to see if you get a ticket. Yes, she does. No,
Sharon Wright.
Sharon Wright, wrong Sharon.
Yeah.
We'll watch. How long did it time her out?
300 seconds.
Okay, so a few
So
minutes.
I think that's like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Sharon, you still got time. Absolute. Accidents happen. Let me see. FPP, another good piece of advice is don't try to learn FPP as part of a bigger sew along. You're wrong, Heather. That's the best way to learn it. Learning it with each other. If someone's got a problem, it's better to learn what you need to do in a group setting versus trying to figure it out on your own.
Sorry, my hand wouldn't quit bleeding.
Where did you cut yourself?
Well, I jabbed myself, but that's why I don't like using straight pins. I jabbed myself right in my hand.
All right.
I
Put
didn't
some
want blood
pressure.
on I didn't want blood on my fabric.
Okay, Sean said Sharon got her ticket. All right, thank you, Sean, for catching that.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Oh, I accidentally deleted somebody's comment, and then it put them in timeout for 300 seconds.
Accidents happen.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
You were just scrolling the chat and hit the wrong
Yeah.
button.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, Heather, I get it. The elephant is my first FPP and I love doing it. Awesome. I tell you what, everybody's elephant that I've saw and their different takes, it's amazing to me how so many people can do the same pattern and it all comes out so different looking. And then you add into the quilting, like Tucker's, it looks so different from mine with his quilting alone.
Yeah, the same hand too, Amy. I burned my finger earlier. Pretty
You
bad
haven't.
too. and then jab myself the same hand.
And this is a special note you need to tell my husband. One more reason why I don't cook.
No, that was all in my sewing room.
Oh, well, no.
Burned my hand on the iron. I knocked my iron over and went to pick it up. I picked it up by the handle and swung and hit my finger. Burned it pretty good too.
Wait,
And
good
jabbed
Lord.
myself with the needle back here.
Okay, Lisa. No, I do not. I start all of my fabric before I start, and I use a 60 weight thread with my FPP. I drop my stitch length down to 1.2 because I like it really tight when I'm using a thicker paper. Let me see, Sheila, I just finished the line. I have never done FPP regular copy paper before and never will again. I've only used vellum and other paper that's made for FPP. Absolutely. I learned a lot, I'm telling you. And I will stick with the newsprint any day of the week. If I can print on newsprint, that's what I'm going to. Susan, you have met your quota of sewing room injuries for the next 24 hours. Yes, I'm seeing all the different colored elephants. I do too. If you burn yourself enough times, you build up a tolerance, Sean said. Are you using cotton thread or are you using polyester? I'm using cotton.
100% cotton.
Yep. That's just what I prefer. So the giveaway's got 3 more minutes. We're going to close it down at 11 o'clock. So I don't want to start another piece. So I'll wait.
Has Sharon Wright got back in yet?
Yeah, she's gotten back in and she's gotten her ticket. Sorry I'm late. Hello, Donna, Teresa, and Susan. It's okay, sweetheart.
I don't see her.
This is what I like.
She's back in. Papers, yep.
She was asking, one of the gals was asking what kind. Linda didn't ask.
Okay.
One more minute and it's closed down. Julie, we're doing a giveaway, sweetheart. You just got here. If you've missed it, go ahead and hit exclamation. No. Joanne sells paper for a few, it's almost like super thin interfacing. It's my favorite. Yeah, I think we all learn as we're going along. I really, really love the thinner paper.
Better enter the giveaway, Julie.
Oh, there she is. Great.
All is forgiven.
Hi, Sharon. She said all is forgiven.
It
I'm
happened.
really sorry, sweetheart. So glad I saw her because I was worried about that.
Absolute. All right. Joe, you want to close the raffle? We'll see who wins.
Julie didn't. Oh, yeah, she did just now.
Okay.
It slid in.
She got her ticket.
Yeah.
Hold on. Karen's waiting on her
Bernadette.
ticket.
When
Yeah,
she gets-
Karen got hers. Is there anyone else? I just ordered some newsprint paper today because I'm not wanting to do Volleycraft Atomic Star. You'll love that one, Phyllis. I love doing that one. That's one I would do again. Very rarely do I ever go back and do a pattern.
What
I
pattern
don't
would you
know
do
why,
again?
because I'm so late. Julie cracks me
Go
up.
tell
She
me
doesn't
first.
feel worthy. Haha. You took care of your parents all day. All right, let's go ahead and close her down. Where did you get the Bernice pattern? My bestie has 3 in California National Show. While you're working on the line, I'm still working on the sew sampler. Yep. Let's see.
All right, here we go. Sandy Adger.
Sandy Adger, you are our winner tonight. Congratulations, sweetheart. What you'll need to do is someone will have to drop my email address into the chats.
I got it.
Was it Donna mail?
Yeah.
Oh, I was typing.
And what you'll need to do is send me your mailing address.
There it is. There it is.
Congratulations, sweetheart, and thanks for hanging with us tonight.
Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations.
Yeah, you'll just need to send us an email, sweetheart, with your name and contact information. Do what, honey?
I'm seeing.
Let me see, Susan, I see trick of the iron stain of fabric, rub an onion on it and wash it.
Hmm?
Guess who Nancy is talking to you?
I seen a trick on.
Rub an onion on it and then wash it
Okay.
on the stain.
Yep.
Interesting.
And I need to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Burned myself. I burned my fabric. Burned all-
That's okay.
Yes, Julie, yes, I am doing the tiger. I guess you didn't see the eyeballs I made.
No, you'll have to show her.
Okay.
I say goodnight, barely keeping my eyes open. Hope you have a very happy Easter weekend. You as well,
Here we
sweetheart.
go.
Thank you guys for hopping on with us.
Get ready.
All right. Get those eyes on.
Got my eyes on.
And they look stinking amazing. Now, Susan, do you got both your eyes done or just one?
This one. I had to quit. I was too tired to sew, so I make the other one later.
That I love it.
Yeah.
Now, weren't they really
They're my,
cool?
they're my pickle. I'm so worried about my pickle.
Julie says, I've never seen her FPP. He. Wonderful.
I can do it. Yes, I know I can. I can.
Yep. It's time
I
to go
might-
out the comfort zone.
Might pull out all my hair, but
You'll be saying, what did Donna do to me? I'll be saying, do tell, what do you mean?
I'll put the camera back down.
Those are cool color women. Those are cool, Teresa Louise.
Thank you.
Your eyeballs look fabulous.
Thank you. The other thing I would do as a new person is, just go ahead and buy the ruler, the add a quarter. Okay. I have one coming, but I don't have one right now because it actually locks into the paper, so it's not slipping around. So if you're going to do big projects, just go
that's-
ahead and get it.
This is
And get both of them. Get the little one that's yellow and get the long one that's pink.
Yep.
If it's in your budget.
right.
I would
And
just do it.
this is the paper. Just imagine this is your folded paper. This is the lip on the add a quarter ruler where you're folding your stuff back. It just catches and it doesn't shift. And then all you do is put a little bit of pressure there and zip it straight in. The add a quarter has saved me more times than not.
Yeah. Because I have slipped and I actually cut into my paper and then I had to tape it. And I've done that like 3 times now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Not your fault. So just go ahead and do it.
Yep, embrace it.
Or at least get the small one, but I do both personally.
Yep, because all of your pieces are such different sizes.
Yeah, like
You're not
this.
gonna guess what I'm doing tomorrow.
I don't know. What are you doing tomorrow?
Doing my FPP pieces.
Oh,
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to do all this. And then I forgot I could do one, those two the eyeballs.
let me see. The guy who says I'm using an Outback Steakhouse gift card at the moment. I need to get a ruler soon. I'm telling you what, it's a game changer. What is the best glue or glue pin for piecing I can get on Amazon? The Acorn. Hands
Gonna
down.
get a pen or this stuff? This is Acorn.
They have the glue too.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what Teresa Louise got.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of helps on those first pieces there. Or it helps me anyway.
Yep.
That way the pins aren't poking into you.
Yeah.
Yep. What are we saying? You don't like the bloodshed? Blood, sweat, and tears into these projects, ladies.
Well, not when I was messing with light colors.
Andy, lady, sent
Oh.
me, said, I think I won. What else do you need? And
Oh, I wanted to show you my
send you the gift card. You might want to say something.
the fabric I'm using for the background
Name was Joe.
Sandy,
is this piece. I don't know if you can
Very
tell.
pretty. Very
But it-
pretty.
All
It
right.
looks like it's a bunch of bushes and trees and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually looks kind of like bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it would look really cool in the background of this tiger.
Mhm. Absolutely. Sandy, we've gotten your email, sweetheart. I need you to send me your mailing address, please. And you need to send that through the email.
Oh, there's Tony the Tiger.
Do what, babe?
There's Tony the Tiger.
What are you?
I am on my TV.
No.
And that's what I'm making. I'm making Tony the Tiger. I just looked up and there he was.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can't wait to get this thing done. I've been waiting. I thought I was going to forget how to do FPP. I was so worried.
Oh, I don't think you will.
I didn't.
Okay, you want to hear something funny?
Absolute.
Oh, I love it when I do stupid stuff.
Oh my goodness. And you're going to share it with me.
Yeah, because it's funny. Okay, so on the side of my paper here, I wrote what the color is that I need for each one of those.
Right.
So like sea, foam, willow, sea,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
And then, okay. So every now and then I'm like, where did it go? I know I wrote it on the whole thing, but it's gone. Well,
You trimmed it off.
no, I'm using my friction pen.
Oh, baby.
It took it away, didn't it?
Yeah, because I
put it in the freezer.
Do me a
Put it in
favor.
the freezer.
I write right on the block part, honey, and I use an ink pen
Yeah, yeah.
because you're just going to tear this off in the end and throw.
That's what I did. I wrote it on there with the ink pen.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Good night, Sean. Happy Easter. Good night, Delia.
That's right, Day. I ironed it off. Where does that keep going? Oh
long.
my goodness.
Absolutely. Haven't tried the acorn yet. Both are great. If you forget, Donna, I'll help you. I'll help anybody that wants to learn.
Oh my
A
goodness.
sew line glue pen. Somebody sneezed, bless you.
I think it was Tracy Louise.
Thank you.
Bless you, sweetheart.
Okay, let's see. This is Dale. The other thing I did, I took the extra black and white copy of the color sheet thing, but the little black and white pieces.
Yeah.
And I cut them all out and I put them on the outside of my plastic bags that I have my fabric in.
Yep.
Good idea.
Absolute.
That has been working out pretty good, actually.
It's a quick way. You can just look, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I just cut strips off of my fabric, ironed them up nice. Got them all laid out here. So I can
But
get
are
a
you
start on.
sewing?
Huh?
Are you sewing?
No, not right now, because I was making too many boo-boos, so I decided to give it a break for
All
tonight.
right.
Yeah, it was making a lot of errors over here.
Julie says Teresa needs Susan sane. Ha, ha, ha.
Needs what?
What saying is that?
You don't want to know.
Oh,
Uh,
I can't believe there's that much stupid in one person. My husband used that yesterday, Julie.
Thanks, Julie.
He must have heard me saying that one time too many.
I love you too.
And you just feel all the love.
Yeah.
She just teasing Trey for a week. I hope I don't get thirsty like I did last night. I had to get up and almost chug down a whole bottle of water.
Oh my.
I didn't even sit it down on the coffee on the table beside my bed, nightstand or whatever.
Yeah.
I chugged half of it, and then I was sitting there. I was just so darn thirsty. I laid down, I sat back up and drank another quarter of it, and then finished it off and put the empty bottle over in the nightstand. I mean, I was thirsty.
It sounds like it.
My husband was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I am now." Julie said it's her favorite saying. She had to write it down. Yeah, because I do some dumb stuff, so I come up with that. Are you almost done with yours, Donna?
What, the whole thing? I'm
Yeah.
ready to pick the whole quilt up. It's done. You silly goose. No, ma'am. Nope. Got a couple more colors to add on this one, then we'll call it a night.
Righty. I'm wilting over here.
Honey, you can go ahead and go.
I chugged the drink for my diabetes test at the doctor's office this morning. Oh, goodness.
Thank you.
I think she meant Heather. You have to because it's gross. I've never had that diabetes test, thank goodness. Oh, it tastes like Kool-Aid, huh?
Not gross. Tastes a lot like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I hope you're okay, Heather. I hope you passed your test.
I think that's automatic now with moms to be.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Yeah,
they
they
didn't do that
so.
back when. Back
No,
when.
we rolled the dice when we had babies.
Right. Yeah, because I'm probably, my son might even be older than Heather. My daughter wouldn't be, but my son would be, probably.
Quite possible.
Yeah. Oh, good, good, good. She passed the test.
She better.
Oh. Yeah, mine would be a few years older than 22, Kelly. Good, that's great, Heather.
Let's see, Sheila says, when I had it, it tastes like Coke syrup, and it was 30 years ago, though. Guess who Nancy wants to know when you're due? She said July. Excellent, Heather. It's super sweet.
that's why I thought you said July. Huh. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, back when, I guess Sheila had the test, that was 30 years ago. She said it tastes like Coke syrup. But my youngest would be 37 and my oldest is 42, right? 42. Well, he'll be 42 this year. Yeah, I didn't have to do it with either one of mine. Huh. I have run out of fabric, and I went and bought more. Well, I thought I was running out of fabric, so I went and bought more, but I didn't actually. Liz wanted to know if you ever run out of fabric.
I have not. But I always buy at least a fourth of a yard more than the pattern calls for. Because I know I'm a sloppy cutter. I like to cut big.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I've got all of mine that I should be able to buy more if I do. I think I bought, some of them I bought a half a yard too much.
You learned from the first go round, did you?
Yep. Oh, because you had a reason that they wanted to test you, Auntie L. Handmade. She said she did 45 years ago, but she was experiencing a lot of dizziness.
Oh. Oh, yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
No, in the very beginning when I started FPP, I was really cutting them short, and then I'd have to add a little piece at the end, and I would know it was there, even though it would be lost in the quilting. I was like, nope, I did that one quilt, and it's been a blessing to somebody else, but I won't do that cut short again.
I did that. I think it was on one of the eyes.
Yeah, you learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly, I'm almost 10 years older than you. Just saying. She thinks she's old. She's not old, because I'm not old. Goodness gracious. Oh, I wouldn't want the orange. I don't know what it is about anything orange, like Kool-Aid or anything. That stuff is yucky to me. Oh, so Heather had to have the test on all of her pregnancies.
Yeah, but she's not old like us. She's 40. There's a difference.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that.
I want to do the Violet Craft Unicorn. Absolute. And you are experienced now, Becca. You can knock that out in no time at all.
Yeah, I got that pattern too.
Yeah, if it was a horse, I would do it in a second.
It is a horse. You can do a horse or a unicorn. I got it right here, Donna.
Well, I haven't even seen the pattern.
It's right here. You can do a horse, it's right here. And the unicorn is right here. That's the only difference, is the unicorn got a horn.
You have
on
to
it.
send me a picture of it.
Okay, I can do that. I'll send you one of the, I'll try to get the whole thing.
Well, I could pull it up online too if you don't. Like I need another project.
Yep, you sure do. Just one more.
Just one more. Joe'll be like, what is wrong with you, woman? What Susan said, Becca said, Definitely Quiller. Some people don't like the fruit punch flavor either, Susan. It's a horse at Donna. Where you been? I haven't even touched the pattern. I don't know. Day kind of like, I don't know, sick and out of my mind for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sending you two pictures. One is just of the unicorn. You can the horse mostly. And the other one where you can see, because I would do it with all the colors, even though if I did a horse.
Yeah, my granddaughter loves horses, so I think that would be cool.
Of course, I got to do the unicorn.
All right, that's the last one for me tonight.
That's funny.
What?
Heather said you're on track to finish all your projects by your 800th birthday.
Probably.
Still, you says 801.
I've got the best friends. I'd be lost without you. And Julie's saying, stop, don't encourage her, Susan. But this is piece number 4 tonight. So out of
Nancy?
21 pieces, as you can see, you're going to have to work independently because I've worked the whole time we've been sewing and only got 4 pieces done.
Yeah.
So trust me when I say there's work to be done independently as we're working these projects. And the goal
Nancy?
is you'll have 1 through 21 done by next Friday. And then we're going to start 22 next Friday night. Still need a dolphin kit. Absolute. I need a dolphin kit now too. I know where I'm going to score one. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Too late
I
for
think
that.
we need 2 weeks. Not
For
one.
this one, I'm thinking we may have to take 2 weeks a section, but we'll see where we're at before we start the next go around. Because I don't have pushing it back. That is so stinking pretty.
Very, very cute.
Yes, it is. Love, love, love it.
I didn't get the whole thing done,
But that's okay. Listen, we're going to stay here till you finish it. We're going to cheer you on
no,
one piece.
that's
Teresa,
okay.
you did better than I did. See, mine's still plain. Just got the things written on it in ink.
Teresa Louise, everybody's telling you it's so pretty. So I can't wait to see how it turns out. It's going to be very, very pretty. So what we'll do is work independently this week. When we meet back up next week for this, we'll see where everybody is. If we need to extend an extra week, so be it. We may have to on a few of the sections. So don't go knocking yourself out this week to get it done. It's a holiday weekend. Enjoy your family. So with all of that being said, happy Easter from all 3 of us and Joe. We wish you the best. Enjoy your family time. Don't forget to tune in to Tiffany's channel tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock Eastern. And there'll be Sobecca, Ian, Teresa Louise, and Tiffany. Make sure you check them out tomorrow. Take care, everybody. God bless and have a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Toodles.
Thanks.